Tell us your name, who you work for, and what do you do here?
Eric Miller, Gateway Dredging Construction, operator engineer.
How long you been operating heavy equipment?
Just a little over 30 years.
What types of equipment have you used?
Dredge, cranes, excavators.
What was your initial impression about this Liebherr LH60 when you first got eyes on it?
I was a little concerned. I like the machine. It was the controls, because all of our other machines are all hydraulic. This is electronic controls. I was except we have one machine, it's a CAT that's electronic controls, and a little harder to get used to, but it seems like Liebherr kind of figured that out. They built feedback, it seems like, back into the controls, so you can actually feel. It's kind of like, I guess, a hybrid between electronic and hydraulic. So it's got the response of electronic, but it's got the resistance of a hydraulic machine.
Was there like a learning curve with that?
A little bit, yeah, definitely. Seems like now I've kind of got it down a little bit. It seems like it surprises you every once in a while how fast it moves. Just kind of don't let the muscle memory take over from being the hydraulic machines where your joysticks are all the way forward, bringing the booms down. And this one here, it's a little bit of a movement, and the booms are coming down, up and down really quick. So that was a learning curve there, trying to get used to that.
What was the machine you were using before this?
Komatsu 490 excavator. So it doesn't have the rise cab. It has a printed cab or riser on it. So, but yeah, it was a little bit lighter than this machine. A little bit shorter boom, about 4 foot shorter. I think it was about 56 foot of boom. This is 60 foot of boom on here. So it's a little bit different. This one here, that one had a more narrower tracks to it. This one's got a wider track and a lower stance, so it seems like it sits on the barge a lot better. It doesn't weave around, where the 490 would actually walk around a little bit on the barge.
Does that extra length of the boom, does that help you do things in particular? Like, I noticed you guys kind of kick the barges out with the boom. Is that something new you can do with this, or makes that easier?
I don't know. I don't know if it's easier. This boom is actually a little bit further back into the machine than what the 490 was. So I actually sit about a cab forward more than where the 490 was. I don't know. It don't seem like it's a whole lot different. I don't know if it's just the way that it's the boom design. But this one does have set limits on how much you could push. The ferry will override you, where the 490 did not have that. I could push to my heart's delight, and it'll just keep going. But this one here's got little limits set, so I can only push so hard and it'll stop pushing. So that's a little bit different too.
What have you noticed about the performance of this thing? You mentioned, the differences in the last machine you had, but have you noticed anything significantly different about how it performs, anything in that nature?
Power seems about the same, and it's crazy because this is actually 100 horsepower less than the 490. It's a 4-cylinder over a 6-cylinder, and to me, I haven't been able to stall this machine out yet. I've tried to extend it all the way out, grab a load of sand and with a heavy load and try to stall the machine out. I haven't been able to do it. It seems like it's, in that aspect, it's pretty much the same there. I mean, it's actually, honestly, I think it's actually a little bit better, because I could actually stall out the 490 on the Komatsu a little bit. I would have to drag the bucket back. This one here, I don't have to drag it back so far. I can actually lift it. So that's the difference I think I noticed there, and the response too. It cycles so much faster than the Komatsu did, and the response on the up and down boom and the crowd stick is so much faster than the 490 was. A little less horsepower, but I haven't really noticed it too much. But even with less horsepower, we were all kind of concerned that this is only a 4-cylinder, like I said, but It's honestly, it surprised me a lot. And I've run John Deere, I've run Caterpillar, I've run Cat, I've run some Hitachi a little bit. And honestly, I know it's a new machine, but so far, I think this is the machine I like the best. Yeah, it really is. It's a nice, quiet machine. It's easy to operate. Once you start getting the systems down, the computer systems are a little different. So once you start learning that, I think a little bit better. It's actually very easy to navigate. Yeah, and I also like on this, for the bucket rotation, it's more of like a toggle, like a 4-way toggle switch, and it's so much more sensitive. Where the other ones I used to run was more of a push button, and once you hit it, it would take off on you. This one here, you can kind of feather it around and everything, so it makes it a lot easier.
I'll tell you what, man, I've been watching you. You make it look so easy.
A lot of time, a lot of repetition.
How do you think this machine's performance has impacted your workflow? Like, have you noticed that your day-to-day, does it seem easier? Does it seem more efficient? Is there anything about that? Reflecting on what you operated before and then having this?
I think we're getting a bit faster. Like I said, cycle times. The cab I think is actually a lot more comfortable. The seat-wise is a lot more comfortable. I would have to put extra padding in, like for lumbar and stuff, for the Komatsu. Where this one here, it's kind of wraps around you, it kind of holds you in place. I think the air ride system's a little bit better, but we'll give that time. So everything kind of breaks out a little time. But the other rig I ran, the air seat wasn't working real well, so it was a hard run all day long. This one here, I get out of the machine. We've been running it pretty hard here lately, and running 10-hour days, and I feel good getting out of the cab. Actually,
that's good. It's like a good pair of shoes, right?
Yep, expensive pair of shoes.
Oh man, are there any like safety features you find beneficial with this equipment that maybe others don't have, or the way they do it? Is there anything you could speak on that behalf?
I mean, they do put more catwalk around the engine. That's kind of nice. The other machines didn't have any catwalks, except for where you fueled at. I like the way they placed it, the way they did their grid coolers. They're kind of almost maintenance-wise on that one. It actually swings out, like the front grid cooler or coolers swing out. It allows you to clean behind it into the other ones. I do like how everything has a drain on it, where everything we would have to make our drains. Like with Komatsu, I would have to drain all the fluid and then install valves to drain things, except for the oil. They had a drain on that one. But everything else I would have to put a drain on. This one's got drains, but everything in there all the same. That is really nice. It's nice too, they also, because the hydraulic fittings are different than the Komatsu and the Cats, they use all JIC. This is all that DIN fittings, and they include all the wrenches, everything that you need to mess with all those hydraulic hoses and everything. So that's kind of nice.
But it sounds like serviceability's a little easier.
I think so. I mean, the first oil change I did with Josh, it was super simple to do the oil changes. I mean, it seems like they plotted out where they place things a little bit better. You didn't have to crawl into the little hole and try to change filters out. So that seemed real nice. Like I said, all the drains are all the same. From the antifreeze to the hydraulic to the oil, engine oil, it's all the same. So it's real nice. I could have one hose set up and I can drain everything out that I need.
Other than the service, have you encountered any maintenance challenges with this LH60?
No, nothing yet. I mean, they did have to replace I guess it was from the factory, the SCR was cracked internally, which does with the regen, so they had to replace that. But, you know, I mean, other than that, we haven't had any issues on it with it so far. And let's see what we got. 362 hours on the machine, so seems like everything's been going well. The automatic greaser has been working fine. Stop burning the oil. It seems like it keeps it nice and cool. I mean, it's a new machine, so hopefully time will tell. You know what? I mean, we run our machines pretty hard, you know, so we put a lot of hours and a lot of cycle time on them. So we'll find the weaknesses if it has it.
So when you guys did need that service, like, how was your experience working with Josh? How was that responsive? Can you talk about that whole experience? Like, what was it like when the service team came out?
We had one maintenance issue. We had one of the lines, the hydraulic lines that went to the manifold, the bottom bolts, I guess, worked their way out, and the hydraulics cut the O-ring. So they had somebody pretty much out here within the hour. We were down at Central Zone. They had somebody pretty much out there within the hour and replaced that O-ring for us. That's the only maintenance issue we've had with it.
They were on it, sounds like.
Yeah, we were nice and close, so they were on it pretty quick.
That's good dealer support.
But working with Josh has been great. Josh is a wealth of knowledge. I mean, that guy really knows his machines.
Good, we're gonna let him know. We're gonna give a shout out to Josh.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. I mean, he's a wealth of knowledge there. He needs a raise.
I'll forward that one on for you. And as far as like on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this Liebherr LH60?
Oh, right now I'm like probably at a 10 with it. I mean, really, I'm impressed with it. I like it.